The News, 1899. Colour crayons cried softly in his hospital cupboard. Meantime, Matt made his inhospitable mother mad. Monday monsters make moon pies. Mainly Mary wants Sally's moon pies for supper. October 31st, 1999. Halloween became very much on top of the Christmas holidays, when all the goats get Sally sausages from Santa. Sponge cakes made Matt call them Silly Billy. Silly Billy. Tornadoes hit my island last week on Sunday the 26th of November, 1889. Actually, this weather isn't likely to come from the Earth. A comet is avoiding the planet and is likely to swim over and out into the farthest corner of the room. Everyone should not try this at speed down the motorway. Of course, you may not kill any member of your party, because it is not likely to work if you use the wrong type of cuddly toy. Dogs can do many things, but they cannot do as they're told. The next night morning, he got 99 sticks of orange lollies to make whatever his friends thought possible. In fact, the lollies made a green giant. Everyone said Grandma should be home in time for her supper. Concise dictionaries are very expensive, and very full of words such as muppet, lovely, jubbly, pop-idle, mobile and text. Politicians inhabit anywhere. They don't work, so they can only dream up new ideas. Sometimes they can stop at the front door of number 10 with a basket of terrible ideas. These mean that when they want to be useful and finish the job stroke sentence, animals like people who do like them like politicians. One day Auntie John took Brother's electric bomb because they wanted to blow up the River Thames and Parliament. Schools will then be closed forever. Computers equal much happiness of witches. They find cats, bats and all they don't like and need whilst looking at themselves on the screen.
Matthew's News.
My favourite holiday, 32nd of Jan. My favourite holiday was without the dog, but with a gnome called Cedric. This is because he was always getting lost in strange places. During this particular holiday, Mum went shopping in the nude, but was wearing a bright hat and shiny gold knickers. We're going outside.
These rumours. So not true.
But she went the wrong way, and the police had to look for a gun in her knickers.
Happened so many times.
The way to go was left to the greengrocer's shop, because Matt was senseless. He was in a spin with the washing machine. His boxers have become bigger and bigger.
Sack him.
Cat.
We need a new newsreader.
It's so
Sammy.
Sack him.
Dog.
very hard to keep a straight face.
It's good. It's the whole idea. You want to watch his supper.
So they would fit the big daddy who lives on the houseboat on the Thames and Tickle's mum in the cupboard on the line.
Oh.
10 days later, Matt thought that he was going to visit the hospital for more tablets. On the way home, Mum felt as if she could eat something very big, like a Big Mac or a Whopper Cheeseburger Deluxe with tomatoes, gherkins and relish French fries. When they bumped into Mrs. Mrs. Amisili.
Who wrote that then?
I don't know.
Who's responsible?
You, probably. Amisili and her dog. They chatted a little. After 10 minutes or so, they went to the kennels for Pepsi had to be microchipped and set free. Letters to the newspaper. Dear Editor, I'm writing to complain about the cleanliness of the weirdo shopping centre. Because the other day I went to those shops and the rubbish on the floor was unbelievable. What has happened to the centre? Has the council sacked all its cleaners? I thought that the other shopping centre was bad and in need of updating, but until the council do clean the centre, I and others are not going to shop there. It's sad for a city that has been around for over 500 minutes and has a magnificent history, cannot maintain 2 shopping centres. You're silly, Anon. Dearest old madam,
Oh, it's the Muppets. The Muppet Show.
I think that everyone will agree with me when I say that all this rain in the past few weeks has been good for my snowdrops. I say this now because my flowers are out of the ground, whereas after winter they were still not out.
Oh, it's good German now. He was Irish just now.
Have any of your readers got their snowdrops out yet? Yours sincerely, Mrs. Pansy, Barbados Road.
Barbados. It's Barbados. It's the West Indies.
Yeah.
Jamaica.
No, she went.
Dear readers, I want to know what is happening with tests for children, because my son came home the other day after having a SATs, and he said that he'd had them standing up. Well, I said, surely, as the sats on they sat, yours bamboozled, Tim standing, sitting close. Dear editor, to answer Tim's question, the sats are a physical test of ability, in order to see how long children can stand still. Yours, George. Dear editor, it was only a joke which has backfired, and I did not stand up all the tests. I'm sorry, yours cryingly, Jack, aged 11.
Oh. At the end.
Yeah, I'll do it. My favourite bedtime story. The night of the 1st of December seemed colder than the 4th, because they hadn't put any chips in the oven. Ant and Dec have always dressed up as pantomime dames, so when an earwig went to see them on the fridge, he took a lot of photos. The earwig had took some of the new digi ones. They were all happy until one boring day. Ant and Dec came speeding along the road and said hi to me. I've come to collect the £8 you owe me for the cement mixer you won on eBay. The earwig took the rest of the biscuits and ate the biscuit tin. Indigestion followed, of course, followed by a large dose of medicine. The next night of the full moon, everyone called the 6th of December. So naturally, we used the wrong telephone number to ring the pen maker. The person who answered was a member of the Tory party, so he will be standing at the end of the pier.
Oh, this is a kitchen.
What you need for this is 30 ounces of flowers from the garden, 1 ounce of any fat, half a pint of fizzy water. Thank you, Matt. Shoe pastry, tried and tested in prison. What you need for this is 30 ounces of flowers from the garden, 1 ounce of any fat, half a pint of fizzy water, 2 elephants beaten well. Sift the flowers and on top of an up-to-date newspaper. Melt the fat in a saucepan. Add fizzy water to this and stand back. Remove from the saucepan onto the floor and tip in the flowers. Beat this well. Cool down and start adding the elephants. Beat them too if they eat the dough. Make into chocolate eclairs. By Doris Hedges. And back to you, Matthew, in the studio. Matthew's news and cooking tips. The Eastern Counties. This recipe features widely in contemporary cooking of the southern counties, because it used to be a big surplus of bits and pieces, which were partly controlled by winning the game. If wild bit is not available, use mercy and thank yous, on sale in many supermats. This recipe contains peppers, 50 grams or 2 ounces of butter pudding, 50 grams of lard, 450 grams boneless bit, skin and cubed, 100 grams of streaky Russia chopped, 2 medium toasts sliced, 1 medium leek trimmed and washed, and in its best evening gown, 15 millilitres of chopped fresh pita, 1.25 millilitres of mixed dried hare, chicken legs, eggs beaten to glaze from nearest farm. Firstly, add to a bowl, rub in the butter pudding and lard until the mixture resembles fine jigsaw pieces. Add 45 to 60 millilitres of cold water and mix to form a firm stroke company, whichever is easier. Secondly, fill a 1.7 litre pie dish with alternate layers of bit, rashers and vegetable, sprinkling with seasoning and hairs. Half fill with legs. Thirdly, a lightly floured surface to 5 centimetres wider than the top of the dish. Cut a 2.5 centimetre strip from the outer edge and line the dampened rim of the dish. Cover with a pastry lid, trim and seal the edges, make a hole in the centre to let the steam escape. Brush with egg, bake in the oven at 190 degrees Celsius, mark 5, cover loosely, then reduce to 180 degrees for heat. Summer surprise.
Is that finished?
10 litres of oranges and lemon segments, 10 drinking glasses, 100 black cherries, ice pyramids. 1. Tip your fruit into a large jug and shake a lot. 2. Invite 20 little girls to the garden. 3. Make them eat the cherries and put stones in the garden to grow.
Wait a minute, your background's
4.
gone all wrong.
The ice
Stop!
pyramids with Russian
Background's
spirits on the top.
wrong.